A Life's Work is a 2002 memoir authored by Rachel Cusk, a Canadian-born British writer. The book delves into Cusk's journey through motherhood, specifically focusing on the initial 6 months following the birth of her first daughter. Notable for its unfiltered candor, the memoir sparked some controversy due to its stark portrayal of childcare realities. Cusk candidly discusses her struggles in maintaining her individual identity while catering to her child's demands. Interwoven with her personal account, Cusk provides broader insights into the maternal experience, drawing parallels from literary portrayals of parenting. This memoir marked a pivotal moment in Cusk's career, propelling her towards the autobiographical fiction that now characterizes her work. One of her most acclaimed novels, Outline from 2014, achieved recognition as a finalist for the Folio, Goldsmiths, and Bailey's prizes. In a succinct preface, Cusk mentions that she penned the memoir just half a year after her first daughter's birth and during her pregnancy with her second. Her partner's decision to leave his job to care for both children enabled her to focus on finishing the book. The narrative follows Cusk, a young writer residing in London with her partner, as she embarks on the journey of impending motherhood. Although she's chosen motherhood, she grapples with apprehensions about the immense life changes it entails. Despite her love for literature, she discovers she hasn't paid much heed to literary accounts of parenthood, often skimming over them due to perceived irrelevance. Upon the arrival of her daughter, Albertine, referred to as the baby throughout the memoir, Cusk is immediately immersed in a demanding around-the-clock feeding routine. Albertine feeds extensively and frequently, causing Cusk to navigate a schedule of prolonged feeding sessions with only brief intervals in between. Apprehensive, Cusk turns to a series of healthcare professionals, who all simply praise her daughter's robust appetite. Cusk playfully mocks these healthcare workers. One instance involves a health visitor who visits their beleaguered kitchen, unloading stacks of pamphlets onto the table for Cusk's perusal, while the baby quietly pilfers from her handbag in the background. Even during moments when she's not breastfeeding, every fraction of her time is occupied. There are no free moments for reflection, recuperation, or reconnection with herself. As the baby begins sleeping longer stretches, Cusk rediscovers a few hours of her former self, yet she grapples with guilt, likening her experience to that of an unfaithful partner. Alternatively, she finds herself lying near her daughter's crib at times, missing her during slumber. She struggles to reconcile her baby's demands with her own sense of self, torn between answering her maternal obligations and preserving her individuality. To be a mother means neglecting unanswered calls, unfinished work, and unattended arrangements. To be herself necessitates letting the baby cry, delaying her hunger, or leaving her for social outings, all while diverting her thoughts away from her child. Success in one role seems to equate to failure in the other, leaving Cusk in a constant state of division. Progress feels elusive, but she adapts by setting guidelines for coexisting states and maintaining a firm boundary between them. During interviews with potential babysitters, Cusk becomes aware of her compulsion to provide overly detailed instructions, recognizing that she's attempting to convey what it was like to be me. Adding to her challenges is the persistence of sleep deprivation. Month after month, Cusk's ability to sleep through the night diminishes. Gradually, the haze of unsettled nights transforms into acute insomnia. Her inner state becomes coarse, her nerves razor-sharp. The intervals of rest evolve into mere silence, resembling a legendary figure adrift, determined, and far from familiar ground. The once abundant reservoir of sleep she accumulated over her lifetime has now dried up. Surviving on mere air and adrenaline, my veins pulsed with mercury. The Council of Healthcare Experts, the official childcare literature, and the viewpoints exchanged in mother and baby gatherings all left Cusk feeling isolated. She directs particular criticism towards the official literature, highlighting its insufficiency that only intensifies her sense of solitude. Seeking solace, Cusk turns to literature, recognizing the scarcity of written accounts about motherhood. She notes, as a continuation of youth, beauty, or independence, motherhood pledges from its initial pages to be an extended and more intricate narrative. She delves into the transformation of figures like Tolstoy's Natasha, who shifts from a vivacious heartthrob to an enigmatic matriarch, and the evolution of daughters into resolute parent heroines who counteract romantic narratives. Yet, Cusk observes the absence of this narrative in Tolstoy's works, instead discovering it in Anna Karenina, wherein he dissects the woman who exists within the mother and showcases her capacity to dismantle as motherhood becomes a career of conformity that resists liberation without forceful upheaval. Amidst her search, Cusk does unearth parental figures within literary works, such as Edith Wharton's The House of Mirth, Frances Hodgson Burnett's The Secret Garden, and Samuel Taylor Coleridge's poem Frost at Midnight. The latter proves particularly valuable to Cusk, offering a perspective where parenthood is depicted as redemptive, transformative, and creative, an avenue through which the boundaries of the self rupture, granting passage to a vaster landscape. Cusk and her family make a transition from London to a university town, immersing themselves in a milieu of older parents and a culture underscored by more pronounced patriarchal norms. Among her newfound acquaintances, a recurring question surfaces: "What is your husband's occupation?" Following a distressing encounter at a playgroup where both Cusk and her baby face bullying from their peers, she resists the stringent demands of conventional parenthood. This demanding system seems to necessitate an unquestioning commitment to conformity, an embrace of institutional norms. In her reflections, Cusk notes that the restaurants cater to families with high chairs and changing facilities, and the buses accommodate prams with spacious doors and compartments. Despite her focus on the jarring elements, the anxiety, and the guilt entwined with motherhood, the memoir is infused with moments of profound love and transformation, facilitated by her daughter. One evening, as I sit outdoors in the garden amid the twilight, a realization dawns upon me. 3 months have quietly slipped away, and summer has arrived. On a rug before me, my daughter gazes upwards at the foliage. She wiggles, her legs kicking playfully, and she chuckles at mysteries that evade my sight. In this scene, I discern her transformation into a distinct individual. What strikes me even more is the cessation of her crying. She has overcome the initial pangs of existence, forging herself through the experience. Remarkably, she has also shaped me. Despite my lack of aid or comprehension, I've been a constant presence throughout, and in this very moment, I am resolutely aware that this is the essence of motherhood, a quiet sufficiency, an unwavering presence. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.